for the serious gamer.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rurikhan's One Take Reviews. So today we're going to be showing you Wipeout HD Fury, and this is another one of those games that I feel have been a diamond in the rough. So in my opinion, this game didn't really get all that much attention from the gaming community, and maybe it's due to the fact that the Wipeout series has actually extended to as far as the PlayStation 1. So maybe people are either tired of it, or maybe people, maybe it's due to the fact that it's a new generation of gamers. Maybe they don't know what Wipeout is all about. For whatever reason, in my opinion, this Wipeout didn't fare quite as well as it should have. And that's why I'm reviewing it here for you now. So Wipeout is a futuristic racer that takes place in a far distant future, obviously, which will most likely never happen. But nonetheless, it is quite entertaining. So in this futuristic racer, you're going to be flying these, not so much flying as racing, you're going to be racing these futuristic anti-gravity spaceships. Not exactly spaceships, anti-gravity racing ships, through these high-tech looking tracks. Now these tracks feature quite a lot of unique elements, like there are some tracks where your ship is going to be upside down, vertically from the side. It has corkscrews, loop-loops, massive jumps, and lots of other cool elements in these tracks that make it look like a real futuristic racer. The sceneries are also quite pleasant to look at. Amazing that I said that right during a black tunnel! Awesome! So the sceneries are actually quite amazing to look at once you actually soak them in. It's kind of a techno-Japanese-like feeling, and it really brings the game to this high-tech sensation that they're trying to give to the players. So the game is incredibly enough, it looks like a real arcadey title, and it can be, but in many more ways than one, it is actually quite a skill-based game. So, besides the fact that you have to really be careful with the curves on these tracks, otherwise you'll smash against the wall, you'll take damage, and eventually your ship will explode, there's also the fact that you have two different handbrakes, two different brakes on your ship. They actually call them air brakes, I believe. You have two distinct air brakes on your ship that will help you when you're braking to turn left and when you're braking to turn right. And you have to know which one to pick. Thus this already brings in a skill element. It's not just slight brake and turn. No, you have to pick the correct brake for each turn. Now this may take a while getting used to if you're not a Wipeout fan. But for the people that have been playing Wipeout for quite some time, this is actually a system that we really enjoy. At least I know I do. I'm not exactly sure about all the other players, but if they don't enjoy it, well, too bad. The game takes skill. I am sorry. So besides this, because it's not all about the brakes, there's also a little barrel roll that you can do while you're jumping. Now this barrel roll will take away some of your ship energy, but it will also give you a speed boost when you land from that jump. So it's a kind of a trade-off, and again, skill. You have to decide whether it's okay for you to do a barrel roll now and lose some ship energy, or if you want to keep that ship energy because you're running low or you're expecting an attack from your opponent. So again, skill. And there's also another element that brings some skill into the game, even though I myself haven't quite mastered it yet, which is the side shift, which is a little movement that you can do with your ship that basically makes it strafe slightly left or slightly right. And this kind of stuff will also help you in the long run when you do master it. And again, it's skill based, and once you do master this, it will reflect on your racing capabilities in this game. Now, why do I keep saying that this game is so skill-based when it looks so arcadey? Well, it's simple. If you hop online and find one of the few people that play it online, because like I said, this is a diamond in the rough, and there's not a lot of people playing it online. If you do want to play online, I suggest the weekends, because that's when you will find the most affluence of players to the Wipeout servers. So during the weekends, when you hop on to play against other players, you will find that other players will basically kick your ass. And I mean completely, because there's no rubber banding in this game, so if they want to lap you and they are skilled enough, they will lap you time and time again. I've actually never been lapped thus far, but I have been to races where basically my opponent passes by me once and I never see him again. Because there are very good players out there. So besides all this stuff that I've been speaking, the game is not all about racing. There are several game modes, reaching from single race to eliminator matches, passing through speed zone, and a lot of other game modes that basically really expand the experience for you. And naturally, as I mentioned before, there's an online multiplayer mode, which is what you're watching now, and I'm getting my ass kicked in an eliminator match. Yes, I know, I'm not an awesome Wipeout player, but I do try. So, there's multiplayer, and besides the multiplayer, there's also obviously a single player campaign, which is also quite big and features quite a bit of difficulty range. In fact, the very first version of Wipeout that came out was really hard, and a lot of players whined as hard as the game was. So basically they've implemented a patch in which they separate the skill level of your opponents from novice going to skilled to elite. Now I find it very hard to beat opponents in skilled. I've actually beaten a few races in skilled, but not that many. I find it completely impossible to beat the elite AI players. And the novice ones, they're manageable. Yeah, so I play in novice most of the time. I'm actually ashamed of saying that. But hey, it's a hard game. What can I say? So, basically, what do you get with Wipeout? You get awesome graphics from the PlayStation 3. I mean, this game runs at 1080p, 60 frames per second. They actually have this special technology that they developed for the Wipeout engine, that basically the engine detects if the next frame is going to cause a slow up on your game, and if it does, they're going to render it at a lower resolution, which means you don't even notice that you were going to have the slow up, because it actually keeps it at 60 frames per second, even if it has to downscale 1 or 2 frames, and then it pops them right back up to 1080 and you didn't even notice it. And I feel that this kind of technology should be implemented in more games, because there's nothing that pisses me off more than being in a game, playing, and all of a sudden the game chops up. And it normally chops up in the worst part possible. So Wipeout never does that to you. It's a precision game, precision racer, skill-based gaming, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. There's also a lot of stuff that you can unlock, like ship skins, and new challenge modes in the campaign, new tracks, lots of stuff for the people that are completionists. So basically, Wipeout HD Fury, I feel that it's a really awesome game, and I hope you guys try it out. It's also pretty cheap. I believe I bought Wipeout HD plus Wipeout Fury for about 24 euros for both. So I think it's also pretty cheap for the quality and the content that you're going to be getting. So this is it for my final entry for the NGT Games contest. I hope you guys enjoyed my videos. I tried bringing some diversity to this community that is very FPS centric, and I believe that some of you appreciate it, some of you might have not appreciated it, but that's the way it is. I don't focus on one game alone. I like to play more than one game, and I hope you guys enjoyed the diversity that I brought to this channel during this contest. I would also like to thank Spiderbite, Guns for Hire, and everyone that's been involved in this contest. I've become a better director as a direct result of being involved in this contest, and I believe a lot of other people have too. So thanks everyone, and I hope you guys enjoyed my videos, and see you guys later, I guess.